The year 2020 flipped the world completely upside down. Plans canceled, borders shut down, and families unable to see one another. The main driving factor in this change has been COVID-19, a viral infection that affects the respiratory systems of the individual who contracts it. However, the main danger of this virus is how easily and efficiently it can be transmitted. The virus has spread exponentially, with the epidemic being declared a global pandemic by the World Health Organization around 4 months of the public knowledge of the disease. Because of the startling efficiency of the virus, countries around the world have taken many precautionary measures to slow the spread of COVID-19. Some countries have been more lenient in the severity of their anti-coronavirus actions, and others have enacted strict policies in attempts to slow or even eliminate the spread. However, there's one main staple that has been present in almost every country's new rules and regulations: masks. Masks have served as the infamous symbol of the coronavirus, as they have been consistent throughout all countries and continents. Although the association with masks is controversial, the purpose they serve is far from it. Accounts from professionals constantly reinforce the importance of masks.
As part of the physical distancing is the most important. But practically, when you're living your life and trying to open up the country, you are going to come into contact with people. And for that reason, we know that masks are really important, and we should be using them, everyone.
Not only this, but common citizens also find masks greatly beneficial.
I think the best way to stop the spread of the coronavirus are two things. One, wearing masks. Two, staying socially distanced. And I guess three, washing our hands. And I say that because I listen to the science. We know that the coronavirus is spread through aerosols and that we need to stay apart from each other until we can stop the virus and until we can all get vaccinated. So 100% masking, staying 6 feet apart, washing our hands, respecting each other, and I believe then we can beat the coronavirus.
The countries that have some of the most controlled and contained COVID cases are East Asian countries such as China, Korea, and Japan, which have very strict mask mandates, showing the effectiveness of masks while also showing the effectiveness of other lockdown strategies. However, when a new product is deemed mandatory or recommended all around the world, the economics of the product are sure to complicate life for everyone. The rules and regulations implemented in countries all around the world, while necessary to control transmissions, have had consequences for low-income families. The added costs of masks, while not outrageous, still have impacts on the economic stability of citizens working paycheck to paycheck. According to the Pew Research Center, around 46% of adults have had trouble paying their rent or bills in the recent months. Not only this, but according to the same study, 25% of US adults have had someone in their house laid off due to the coronavirus. These statistics show the dire conditions of economics during the COVID-19 outbreak. Although many studies have shown the effectiveness of masks at stopping the coronavirus, many instances of misinformation have affected the participation of mask wearing. Groups of anti-maskers have popped up, promoting the narrative that masks are unnecessary and only infringe upon our freedoms.
There's a group which we're calling a kind of a COVID disregard syndrome. When someone tries to encroach upon their freedoms, they react in almost a very strong pushback. And the people who have this reactance tend to be anti-maskers, they're anti-vax, and they want to open up the economy. They don't want to engage in social distancing. They also tend to be politically conservative as well.
This is consistent with the makeup of anti-masker crowds in places like Quebec. Those rallies often peppered with signs promoting anti-vaccine messaging and conspiracy theories.
According to an article by Vox News, anti-maskers typically get their information from unreliable social media news sources and tend to ignore the mainstream media's data and information. These people have also often criticized the government for enforcing mask regulations. Even though a large number of people identify with the assertions of anti-masker groups, they rarely have any scientific evidence to back up their claims. Make sure you get your information from reliable sources to ensure the safety of you and everyone near you.
And please, 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 wear a face covering when you go out in public. It is not an inconvenience. It is not a suppression of your freedom. It actually is a vehicle to achieve our goals. It adds to your convenience and your freedom because it allows us to open up more places and it allows those places to stay open.
Although masks are highly contested, the benefits certainly outweigh the disadvantages. With that said, dear Mr. President, in your first term and in your first months, please ensure the safety and prosperity of our citizens by using the resources proven to work by science and research. Even though our masks cover our face, we can still see a brighter future.